Well, let's have a look at the highlights of Nakarin's first race win. They got off the line pretty well and made it down into to turn one. But a couple of riders getting a pretty good start there, but quite early on, Barry, it was clearly evident that the two Hondas were going to make their presence felt in this race. Early on, Hafiz was able to go with them, and so was Apiwath. But in the end, the gap was just too much for them to try and hold on to.
Yeah, Hafiz couldn't quite hold on. Apiwath came back, and that was a really scary moment for Aslan Shah and Azroy Hakim Anwar. Both of them stayed on, thank goodness.
There was a lot of sliding into turn three, and that one almost went wrong. But this was the battle right at the front as the dying lap started to approach. Nakarin was leading, then it was Zakwan Zahidi was leading. They both had turns. This was a good battle as well, with Azroy Hakim trying his best to try and find his way past Aslan Shah. The BMW and the Ducati swap positions in the final stages of the race, and that was one that Hafiz Syrim was able to hold all the way to the line.
Yeah, this is good defensive riding by Hafiz. He managed to keep Apiwath at bay, and that is no mean feat, as anybody in this paddock will tell you. Andy Farid coming good in the later stages as well, as Aslan and Azroy started to close.
Well, that battle for the podium ended up being a four-bike battle, didn't it? So Hafiz did very well to try and hold them off. Look at the gap back to third place though now, with only 2 laps to go. Nakarin and Zakwan Zahidi did a great job to just extricate themselves from the rest of the field. And there was a battle for the two Hondas. Look at this, on the brakes, sliding the bike in there, crossed up, unbelievable bike control. But we thought at that point that his drive compromised position out of here may have been the end of his race. No, on the last lap he was able to come back from that position only a few corners later to challenge for the race win. But then as they came down through the final straights and into the final corners, this one here into the final straight through here, and then around through this part of the circuit here, it was Nakarin that was able to hold off at the last corner challenge from Zakwan Zahidi.
Yeah, he did really well here. Zakwan hadn't given up. I described him earlier on as resurgent, and he really is, and he did say in Park Ferme just now that he's got his confidence back. That was most definitely missing last season.
This is where it almost went terribly wrong though for Nakarin. You can see him there get on the gas. The bike went sideways, but he still had enough drive to take the run to the win by 0.2 of a second over Zakwan Zahidi, and Hafiz Syrim takes the win by less than 1/10 of a second.